Hello and welcome back. We are on episode 2 here with Blue Diamond Connections podcast. I'm Tess Pfeiffer.
And I'm Katherine Eskison.
And today we're going to be talking about divine masculine, divine feminine, and how to balance those. We have a little meditation for you. And we hope you enjoy. So first, we just want to talk, though, about we had an event on the 31st. Katherine, I'll let you talk about it since you led the event, but we did a blue full moon Wesak festival ceremony.
Okay, so the nutshell version is this is an actual event that happens in the Himalayas, the mountains, every May. And so the theme of it focuses on wisdom. So Buddha's birthday was May 25th. And when he received enlightenment, he promised humanity that he would come back every year and offer his blessings. So this represents the actual ceremony that takes place in a place called the Wesak Valley in the Himalayas. And most people in the West haven't heard about it. But I've done this ceremony, throughout the years, I'll say. And so we actually had a group together. There was 16 of us, I think. And we traveled through time and space to actually take place like with the event, and we astral traveled there basically. And so the ceremony itself only takes 8 minutes. And so essentially what it is there's a big bowl of water on a crystal on a rock in the Wesak Valley. And so Buddha comes from the northeast corner of the sky, and you see a speck in the sky, and then he comes in lotus position, sitting, and he's in a saffron colored robe, and he sits over the water, he hovers over it, and then he transmits energy into the water. And there's different ascended masters there at the event. And so then after everybody drinks the water, and then you receive the blessing. So we had a in sync event at Realize Your Magic, where we had the water there, and I did the ceremony and facilitated the event, which was it was fun. It was interesting. So the full moons in April, May, and June, in a spiritual sense, are the most powerful of the whole year. And so what the one in April represents the Christ, or Jesus, Yeshua, whatever you want to call it, but it represents the love principle of or aspect of God, creator, source, whatever it is for you. And the one in May represents forgiveness also. So the one in May is about wisdom. So the love wisdom is what we were focused on. And so I think it went really well. Do you want to talk about a little bit of what you experienced, Tess?
Yeah, so I just participated in this one. And I had a big release. I was crying and very emotional. But that usually happens to me anyways. And it was very visual for me. I saw the Ascended Masters. I saw lots of different guides that I've not really worked with closely before. But overall, it was just extremely peaceful, relaxing. I felt very calm afterwards. When Buddha left, I could feel like goosebumps, and then it felt like my hairs were being pulled off to the northeast when Buddha left. So it was my first Wesak festival ceremony, and I thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. I think everyone else really enjoyed it, so I'm excited to do more of those.
Yeah, well, it was an experiential process, I'll say. And the feedback I got from a couple other people, there was one guy there that he saw colors, he saw things that he didn't usually see. And so it's just basically the high frequency energy that you're in. And, we traveled in a group Merkaba, and that was another experience. So if people aren't used to that, it was fun to take part in, and it was purposeful. So then the third full moon in June is the one where humanity receives the blessings also, whether they're conscious or not. And so it affects everybody globally regardless. And that's just in terms of our, evolution, that's kind of where we're at. So we need to stay uplifted in the times that we're in. And this coming together of these group events are one way to do that. So, yeah.
You said it was 8 minutes. 8 minutes the whole ceremony took? I felt like I was in that Merkaba for about an hour. Time was very different for
There's
that
no
whole
time
thing.
and space.
No.
On a soul level, yeah. So everybody received what they needed. And, it was, I think as a group, we connect, with the people that were there. And that, is also another sort of community based event that just people are looking for connection, I find. And that's just one way to help. And there's more power in a group. So, than we hold on our own. So that was interesting as well.
Yeah. And returning people that have come to a few of our events before and new people, which is always nice too. But it's nice that we're kind of getting a group of people that are showing up for us and showing up for themselves. And I'm excited for the next one. So,
okay. Yay.
Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this then, I guess you could call it. We are discussing divine feminine and masculine energies. And this was something you brought forward as a topic you wanted to discuss, and I'm down to discuss whatever. So I'm just down for talking.
Yeah. Well, the reason I chose this topic also, and we'll lead into this later, there are actual, again, with divine timing, there are actual energies that we can align with that aren't otherwise accessible. So that's why I picked this topic, because there's some, portals coming up that we will talk about. But yeah, we all have divine masculine and feminine energies within us. It's not about gender, it's about energies. So basically your power center, which is underneath your rib cage, that represents the masculine, and your sacral center, which is your abdomen, low back area, that represents the feminine. So we were just going to talk about the differences between these energies, and essentially the masculine is, structure based. It's about doing, taking inspired action. The yang energy.
The stability,
that?
Your inner and outer power and strength, I guess, in a sense, your confidence. It's very action based, I find.
And logical.
Yeah, logical, analytical. It's the left side of your brain.
Yeah.
And it's, but when it's out of balance, that's when you kind of get I don't even like using the toxic masculinity, but that technically would be when you're out of balance. You get that controlling kind of competitive aggressiveness, I would say, can be. So that's kind of, everything's a polar. There's good and bad to everything, I guess, in a sense. And so you're going to have all those really strong traits with the masculine, and then you'll have those not the best ones, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think, and so, yeah, they can, in terms of the chakras, which align with our endocrine system, but also these centers, they can be underactive or overactive, I'll say. And that can cause different issues in our tissues, but also issues psychologically, like on the mental body, the emotional body, and so on. So it just keeps us out of balance.
And there's nothing wrong. Like, I feel particularly masculine energy right now is kind of getting the bad rap. I feel personally, like, I think this whole patriarchy, everyone's kind of like, oh, we're too in our masculine, but we need it. And you need both to be in balance. So it's important to realize that there's good aspects of it. And like you said, what is in the energy center, and if it's, I'm having a hard time saying the word.
That's okay. I wanted to touch on that too, the patriarchal system. We're also ending cycles. And some of these are really big cycles, but I think the thing about the patriarchal system is the emphasis on power and control, and it's not, we want to be in our power and in control self, but not to the point where we're controlling others or trying to have power over somebody or or things like that. So that's what I mean about in excess. And I really feel that with the end of that cycle, the feminine energy is returning. And what that means is, again, more being in balance, harmony, and alignment. But the feminine energy coming in now is coming in to balance that out. So anywhere that, the feminine has been absent or whatever people need to work on. Again, it's not gender based, it's energy based. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have operated, say, for example, I know a lot of women who've operated mostly in their masculine energy to stay safe and feel safe, right?
Guilty.
Yeah. And we've all done that. I've done that too. And so it's really about, like I said, balance, harmony, and alignment on a soul level. And it's to bring these energies into that. And because we need both. So I feel, the people talk about the masculine energy and, being more head than heart based, but it's all about, well, improving, I guess, and really just self-acceptance, first of all, but to really look at what we can improve and just work on that. And
and I feel like with balancing the two, it's really about allowing your feminine energy to trust your masculine energy and your masculine energy to trust your feminine energy. And that's when you're going to find balance, is when your masculine side your feminine side, can trust the masculine side with the doing that it needs to do and the action, while the masculine is trusting that the feminine energy is going to do the receiving that it needs. And that's, I think, beautiful and kind of shows the intertwining of the two and how you kind of can come to center. So,
and supporting. Yeah. So the feminine energy, which is represented by the sacral center, is all about receiving, creativity, intuition,
the yin,
the yin, emotional expression. So, we all have things to work on. It can also be represented by the moon, and the masculine is the sun.
Yeah.
There's different polarities there, but I find, I work a lot also with women who have been in their masculine energy, learning to receive, and, that both have their own challenges. So
yes, when you're not in your feminine, and I've been there, where I'm focusing mostly in masculine energy, and there's lots of reasons for that. You have just society in general, and it's the way that it's set up right now. It definitely puts, especially Western society, puts a lot of focus and value on doing and that masculine sort of action base. But we're never told to, slow down and take it in and feel. So I find growing up here the way we have, I didn't even realize this before coming into energy work, but it's very important that you recognize both of those sides. The right side of the brain. So it's interesting. You see, like the polarity of it all too. You had mentioned the moon and the sun. Like, you'll see it everywhere. Masculine and feminine is everywhere, and that's why it is. It's not gender based, because it's just a template, an energy that we can pull into. So, I have a mantra you can use for a mantra that I like to use, which is, I allow the divine feminine and masculine to harmonize within. And I'm a mantra person. I like sitting and doing mantras all the time. So that's the one. I write them on sticky notes. You should see my bathroom. There's sticky notes all over my bathroom with mantras. And while I'm getting ready in the morning, I'll sit there and I say them out loud while I'm getting ready. And I allow the divine feminine and masculine to harmonize within. And that's mine that I do. So
okay. Yeah. So I'm going to, I guess, give a bit of a teaching before we do a meditation. So I want to talk about, well, the chakras, first of all, are spinning wheels of light. So there's vortices. The chakras align with the endocrine system. So they're not actually in the body, but they affect the endocrine system, which is responsible for the functioning of our physical body. So I'm not just talking physical, but that there's a lot of emphasis placed on the chakras and being in balance or out of balance and so on. And so essentially we have our aura, and there's different layers to it. So we have our physical body, we have our etheric body, which is about 2 inches away from the physical body. Then we have the emotional body, the mental body, and the spiritual body, which make up our aura. And the etheric body, the nervous system, and the endocrine system, and the bloodstream, they make up the 4 aspects of matter. I never thought with my phys ed background that it would be leading me here, but here we go.
Here we go.
The solar plexus is the center in the etheric body where most of the energies flow. So that's why it's called our power center. And it also houses most of our internal organs. So the energies of the solar plexus, when we have too much energy there, we can direct it. So we can bring it into the heart center, for example. So a lot of this is all about opening up and awakening. And people talk about the Kundalini and stuff like that, which I'm not going to get into today. But the energies of the sacral center, again, over or underactive, when we have excess, and we bring that energy up to the throat, that is our creative expression. So we use that energy there. And these represent the spiritual triad. So I don't know if you're aware of that, but
yes, I've heard.
Yeah,
the spiritual triad.
The sacral center, so just the abdomen, corresponds to the physical sun, which is the source of vitality and gives life. So it's the physical form of a human being or an idea. So there's the flow of energy between the spleen, the sacral center, and the root. So there's different triangles I'll talk about. The life thread, what's called the life thread, is the heart center and the physical heart. So life and spirit are one. Then we have the consciousness thread, which is the head center and the brain, and consciousness and the soul are located. That's why the pineal gland is so important to awaken. And then there's a secondary, the pranic center in the spleen. Life force and matter are located there. So life force works through the heart, through the blood. Consciousness works through the brain using the nervous system. And the creative expression, that thread that we have to develop as man, works through the throat. And we have to use our will to develop that. So basically, sexual energy, or the energy of the sacral is, that's a, I don't want to say lower expression, but that's the highest expression of that energy is creative expression. So that's why what we're doing now is we're moving into using our gifts, talents, and abilities and expressing them outward.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. So that's basically what I was talking about there. So there's different areas. Like I said, if there's areas that are overactive and underactive, you can balance the energies, balance the chakras, which will also balance the whatever's going on in the physical body. So say, for example, somebody has like an overactive area and that energy is not being expressed, say in the sacral center. And one of the questions that I do ask people is, what do you do with your creativity? So when people tell me that they're not creative, or they're, which I've been told in the past, it's something that they tell themselves, but it can also be from like a trauma from early childhood or whatever that has blocked them. So that's what we call a blockage. And so we work through those to release them so that the energy can free flow. And we also raise our consciousness at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does
that make sense?
It makes sense. Yeah. I think it's.
Do you want to add to that?
No, I liked that description of all of that. It makes sense to me.
You ready for the meditation?
Yes. Are you ready for the meditation?
I am. Yes. Okay. So just get comfortable. We're going to start the meditation. It's a short one. And just to, again, help you balance the masculine and feminine energies within. It's just one way that we can do that and help to raise your vibration or your frequency. So just take a couple breaths and just relax. And another thing that I like to use is our sacred sound, which is our voice. And I'm going to talk a bit about the Om, which is it is a sacred sound. And what the Om does is it calls in energies. So, if any of you work with different guides, masters, teachers, whatever it is, this is a way to just bring us into harmony, I'll say, and create this sacred space for what you're about to receive. So I'm going to start. You can do it with me. So we're going to do 3 ohms. And I also want to mention before that, there's also, when you hum as well, if you just hum, just take a minute, hum, and just feel where it is in your body. That's usually where there's a blockage. So humming is actually a self-healing tool that you can use to clear that. So it will vibrate out of your energy field. So Om is the opposite. Om is calling in the energies of a higher frequency. Okay, so let's do 3 ohms. Ready? Om. And usually hold the O as long as the M. Again. It also helps your breath. Okay, by now you might be feeling the energy.
Yeah.
Do you feel it in your body?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just using my hands to just send energy out. So now I invite you just to close your eyes and just imagine 4 pillars of light around you. And just breathe in and out like the ocean, all the way down to your feet. And release the day, or however long you need. And I like to say, go into gratitude. So just really feel that. It shifts our energy right away also. And as you breathe in, just imagine breathing in golden white light. And breathe out any stress, any tension, any burdens, anything you want to let go of. Give your body permission to let it go. On the out breath. Okay, now place your left hand on your sacral area, which is just about 2 inches below your navel. your belly button, and your right hand just under your rib cage. Okay? And just breathe. Okay. So remember the etheric body that I talked about, which is about 2 inches from the physical body. This energizes the physical body. So just imagine that you're breathing in golden light into your etheric body, which surrounds your physical, and it comes into your body through your spleen. So just do that for a couple of minutes. Just breathe in. Golden light. You can think of the sun if that's helpful. And place it in your solar plexus. That we're going to fill our solar plexus with gold light. And just notice what you see, sense, or feel. Let the energy go where it needs to go. Okay, and I'm just going to transmit the energy. Again, nothing to do. Just notice, just receive. And we're just working to balance this energy. Okay. So now we're going to focus on your sacral center. And this time, just imagine orange light filling this area. Just breathe it in. Okay, we're going to clear any stuck or stagnant energy. So just imagine, if you're visual, if you're not, just imagine, like see, sense, or feel it, whatever it is for you. Like you're looking at a campfire, this orange and yellow. Just imagine that burning in your sacral center. This is burning away old energy, stagnant energy. Just breathe. And again, notice what you see, sense, or feel in your body. Okay, and now imagine yourself as whole, abundant, and complete, or the best version of yourself. I'm just going to do an activation. We're going to connect you with your higher self to actually embody this energy. We're bringing your life force energy back and into your physical body, and it's going to expand out. Some people might notice growling stomachs, tingling, warmth, whatever it is. Just notice it. And keep breathing, belly breathe. Breathe into your lower body. And just notice the sensations that you're feeling. You're actually going through an upgrade. And I also want to mention, for some people, they might feel energy more after, but this process will continue. So essentially what we've done is cleared out old, stuck, or stagnant energy to make room for the new. And as you breathe, just breathe in this energy into your whole body now. We're just going to expand our light, our soul light. Expand it into our aura. Now let this energy fill the room that you're in. And see this new version of yourself. Connect with that version. Your confident self, your courageous self, your receptive self. Feeling more in balance, harmony, and alignment. Just take it all in, and we're going to expand even further. Encompassing the whole world. Just breathe in the peace. The love. The joy. Balance. Harmony. Alignment. Okay, take another deep breath. Again, breathe into your feet. Okay. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, be present.
Good.
How are you doing, Tess?
I'm good.
Any feedback you want to share?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I feel very lightheaded right now, actually. So
Okay.
was feeling the energy throughout my core, and really, I almost felt like I was going to topple out of my chair a little bit.
Okay.
So it's good.
You get you grounded.
Yeah,
coming back.
Good.
Yeah.
That was, hope everybody's feeling that right now, because that feels pretty amazing.
Okay. Well, do you want to lead into the upcoming?
Yeah, sure. I thank you for that. That was really,
you're welcome.
It was very nice. So we've got a couple things coming up on our agenda that we're wanting to do, which will tie into the masculine and feminine. So we are going to be doing a 7/7 portal event, and that was the Syrian Stargate
portal.
Yes.
Okay, I'll elaborate a bit. So 7/7 represents July the 7th. So it's on that actual day. And the Syrian Stargate portal, that represents our spiritual sun, the blue sun. So, and it's also indicative of like divine feminine energy. And we can really, it's a time that we can anchor that in. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do an event around that.
Yes.
Honoring the goddess energy, the return of the divine feminine energy, some people call it. But again, it's just, it's all in balance and harmony with what's going on the earth plane right now. So, yeah.
And isn't our sun and earth and then the Sirius star, we're all in alignment at that time? Too?
Yes. So. Yeah. Sirius A. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one would be our 8/8 portal, our Lionsgate portal, which will be August 8th.
Yes. And yeah, go ahead.
That one is masculine.
Yes.
The lion, the strength.
Yes.
So, yeah, same sort of thing, right? We're going to be balancing out the masculine with that one.
Yes.
And I don't know if there's stars lining up on that day. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there are. And there are, again, it's an actual event that you can receive the energies that of renewal, of, to recharge and move forward, that aren't accessible at other times of the year. So it's more powerful. And when you take part in it consciously, that's the whole point, is to raise our conscious awareness and our consciousness. So yeah, okay. As we evolve.
Yes. So we'll be putting out some information on those events. We're just in the process of booking venues and looking around and figuring out how we want to organize those two. And so, yeah, that's coming up for our kind of summer events, and any other little thing that we can put out there when we get a moment, continuing doing the podcast, of course. We would love it if you guys could like this video or subscribe, do both, please. And then, or follow us, Instagram, Facebook, check out our website. We have gallery pictures there. We are going to be keeping all of our podcasts there as well. All of our event info, a little bit on us. It's kind of, the hub where everything is. And you can also put in your email to join us, our mailing list. So you'll get a newsletter every month, and event information and articles that go into the newsletter, whatever we kind of feel like is going in there that month. So it's just, that's what we've got going on.
If you want to do any.
Oh yes. I also have been dabbling in the world of tarot, still learning. It's a lot of cards to remember, but I thought I'd pull maybe a card on the feminine, a card on the masculine, and then one for both of them together, and see what we get. And, something that I've been working with. I love pulling cards, even just to see like a card for the day, but we'll do one. So let's do divine. My hands are sticky, so shuffling is interesting.
Divination tool.
Lots of fun. They tell you a lot. I mean, not set in stone, but kind of gives you the energy of whatever you're asking about, and can make you think about things, make you see things. So one card for the feminine, please. All right, we have the Two of Cups. I'll show you guys that one. So I still reference books as I'm learning all of these, but what I see in that is two people. Yeah, love. It's coming in. The divine feminine, a two. Two usually represents choices too.
And love of self.
Okay, one card for the masculine, please. Oh, we got another cup. So this is all emotions too. So we got the Page of Cups for the masculine. He's got a little fish in his cup. I have not pulled that card before ever, so I may have to look that one up.
Lots of cups.
Lots of cups. Emotions. Blues. I'm noticing lots of blues on there too, which goes for us. Blue down. Oh, technically I should take those, but it's a pile. We'll please just one for masculine and feminine. Sometimes the cards just fly out. More cups. Okay, choices. So for both of them, we just pulled the Seven of Cups, which shows all these cups with different options in there, and it's a choices card. So we've got love and harmony in our divine feminine. We have this divine masculine, and a page is kind of like the young I'll read you the definition exactly, but the page is kind of like the young, starting out, not like the fool necessarily, but he is, let's find the page and see. It's a love message. This is emotional intelligence. So our masculine is going to be bringing in an emotional intelligence for us, is what I'm seeing there. And then our choices is when we bring these together, I'm seeing endless possibilities there.
Opportunities.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
Daydreaming, all of our dreams. That's, and all cups, all these watery, emotional cards here. So
heart-centered
emotion. And I think that's beautiful. It's a good way to close out today. So
thank you, Tess.
Thank you. Yes, I would love to keep on doing tarot readings for people. It's so much fun. And I have other decks too, but we'll just stick with this one for today. So I don't know. I think that's a good place to end.
Yeah. No, I think we're good.
All the love and harmony and choices coming your way with the divine feminine and masculine. So
yes. And again, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
And we hope to see you soon.
Yes, like, subscribe, follow, do all the things. And we look forward to bringing you another episode soon.
Bye.
Bye.